Well, welcome everybody. We have a very special guest with us today. He is the head winemaker at Kendall Jackson Winery, an icon in the wine industry. Why don't you tell us a little bit about who you are and what you do?
My name's Randy Ellum. I've been working with Jackson family for 28 full years and just completed my 29th harvest. Before that, I worked for a dozen years.
So you've been in the wine scene for a long time.
Yeah.
A more personal thing, what were you drinking back in those days?
Oh my gosh, well I started with Boone's Farm.
Boone's Farm. I don't even know what that is.
Oh my God, well that's because you're so young. Strawberry Hill, yeah, 79 cents a bottle. It was great stuff in high school.
79 cents a bottle. You have vintages, you have crazy weather stuff happening in California, you have all types of crazy stuff happening. Can you tell us a little bit about the wine making, also importantly, the consistency of the wine?
We're very fortunate at Jackson Family Wines. All of our vineyards are located along the cool coast of California. So you have that effect of the cold water, the ocean, and the fog all the time. But 85% of the grapes that go into, say, this bottle of wine are from our very own vineyards.
We own. Yeah, and I think that says a lot about the quality control because, I mean, people probably have no idea, but how many wineries are buying grapes from the open market?
The majority do. Having your own source is key. We have the same sort of ratios of grape sourcing from the different counties along the coast because you have a different flavor, which we can get into when we try the wine later. We do everything in the small winery way. We just do a lot more of it.
I'm interested too in like when you're looking at the flavor profile of like one vintage versus the next, are you like using some sort of scientific metric?
I mean, we analyze. We have like for this, there's 1,000 little lots go into it that we make the blend out. We analyze the the chemistries on that. It's not winemaking by numbers or by spreadsheets. It's winemaking by taste.
Gotcha.
Just like picking the grapes. There's no ways. Does it taste right? If so, pick it.
That's the perfect segue for us to get into tasting this wine. So this is the Kendall Jackson Vintners Reserve Chardonnay. I gotta check the numbers, but I dare to say this has like been our best-selling wine for a number of years.
So first of all, when you're looking at a wine or trying a wine, it's got to look pretty, right? It has to be, clear and brilliant. A nice Chardonnay will have a little golden hue to it. That means that the grapes were picked when they were ripe, and also that they picked up a little color from the barrels. So it's clear, it's brilliant, and it's got nice color.
Yeah, and this has like a little bit riper apple kind of notes on it.
So in the north, Mendocino County, and there the aromatic compounds and flavors are crisp green apple.
Yeah.
Then you get to Sonoma County, or the Russian River area, it's a ripe apple. If it's Carneros, it's pear and pear oil. Then you go down to Santa Barbara, and you get the tropical tones, pineapple, mango, papaya. So you should smell all of that, plus a little bit of butter from another fermentation, and a little toastiness from the barrels.
It's got a beautiful smell to it.
I always say, start your day with Chardonnay, end your day with Chardonnay, or just Chardonnay all day.
Cheers. I love Chardonnay, so this wine is really smooth and it has a nice complexity to it. Talk about how the flavors get integrated so well.
So the trick is, when we pick the grapes and we press them and separate the juice from the skins, and then that juice goes into the barrels and it ferments there, that builds out that mid-palate. And then that secondary fermentation, malolactic, gives you the creaminess right here. Then you have all the flavors from all the different regions along the cool coast of California. Now it's turned to wine in the barrel and it just sits there for 6, 7, 8 months. While it's sitting there, we stir the leaves. The yeast is
the dead yeast, I guess.
It's now dead. Yeah, we stir those leaves. That helps with the flavors. It integrates everything.
It's amazing. So let's taste the Pinot.
So Pinot Noir, the Vintners Reserve kind of follows, because both of these are Burgundian wines. Wherever Chardonnay grows for us, so does Pinot. The importance of the coast of California is that you have the cool Pacific Ocean. We have this fog layer that comes in almost every afternoon or evening.
I think everybody who's been to San Francisco is
knows
aware of that.
Yeah.
It kind of gets burned off, and that actually has a benefit to the grapes themselves, right?
An enormous benefit.
It maintains the acidity in the wine and the grapes, also cools the grapes at night.
And it extends the growing season. The longer it takes to get the grape ripe, the better the flavors will be.
I mean, you have to be somebody who really knows what they're doing to take enough lots and produce this kind of consistent product. Yeah, I mean, this is very smooth. It's a delicate wine.
Similarly to Chardonnay or any of our wines, if it's pleasant, to the palate, and it has a nice long lingering finish. The longer that finish is, the less you believe it. So you have to try another sip to see, is it really that long? A couple more sips lead to a glass. And a couple of glasses lead to a bottle. A couple of bottles leads to a case.
That's why I have no wine left in my house.
Right.
Let's taste this Kendall Jackson Grand Reserve Cabernet Sauvignon.
So it's from Sonoma County. In Sonoma County, we have these different appellations, but there's only two that are really good, in our opinion, for Cabernet. The Alexander Valley and the Knights Valley. Both of those are a little bit warmer than the coastal side of Sonoma County. They're up against and into the Mayacamas mountain range. Our MO is mountains, ridges, hillsides, and benches, and here we are right here, this area.
Yeah, and that's where it gets a little warmer.
Here, and that's the mountains too. When you go up in elevation, the soils are rockier, the temperature is a little lower, the yields are lower, and you have a little berry this size versus a valley floor berry this size. That killer color, it's very dark.
Yeah.
Then you swirl it around, kind of black cherries here also. You can even smell the terroir, the earthiness, the rocks. Those flavors explode in your palate and fill your mouth, and you can feel the tannins, but they're nice tannins.
I still taste it.
Exactly.
Still lingering. Well, these are delicious, and this is such a treat having you here and talking about wine. I just want to say thank you, Bull Broadman's gang, all of our viewers. When we come out to California, we're going to be sure to stop by the vineyard.
We have a great visitor center in Santa Rosa, which is 1 hour north of the Golden Gate Bridge. The tours of our gardens, taste all different kinds of wines, do food and wine pairings. We have a chef on site.
Awesome.
So please come.
Yeah. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Randy, thank you so much for coming. Lovely wines.
Cheers.